You are alive only today, in this moment. Other than that, practicing the way is truly easy. You needn't discuss whether you are superior or inferior, brilliant or dull. That's from Dogen. What I was playing with, because I like to play, I'm wandering around in this room, tiptoe, from there to here, here to there. And why? Well, Takemika, the woman, 94 years old, 91 years old, whatever, was talking about that. And I shared that in the video, previous video, that Japan's oldest fitness instructor doing. And she looked so happy, inspiring me. So I start to play with those. And as soon as I start to tiptoe, I just feel the whole body is happy. I can tell. That's when I have that awakening kind of a situation. Any moment, if I just stop talking, well, maybe I can do that while I'm talking too. But it takes a little effort. But I think I can do that. And that's what indicates that I'm in the now. And this is beyond the knowledge, it's just the experience, direct experience of it. And it started happening, my awakening experience 25 years ago. But everybody, I believe, get into that state. Otherwise, I won't be posting so many videos. And Namu Amida Butsu, even sinners can be helped by the Amida Buddha, because that's the Vo Amida Buddha. And Myokurnin believes that, and they show that they are enlightened. They are full of compassion. They are not intellectually so advanced. I think they are very smart and wise, but didn't fit to the society to follow the convention, protocol of the society, do this, do that, and they just couldn't. So that caused the trouble. So they found the saving in Namu Amida Butsu. I have a little piece of paper there and out there to remember Namu Amida Butsu. This one says, I and the Namu Amida Butsu, which is pointing that the whole body is I. And that's why, that's the reason for that is that when you do that Namu Amida Butsu, you get into the same samadhi state. And that samadhi state of no mind and no self is that vibration, which can be translated as the whole body is I, because there's a sensation. And not the I focusing on something, but I aware of everything at this moment. So when I saw this, remember that you are alive only today in this moment. I made a little piece of paper. And it says, the top one is walk on top tiptoe. The second one is when you meet with anyone. That's the only time you meet. Ichigo-ichie, it's a very famous saying in Japanese. And it is, of course, to do things full-heartedly, full-heartedly in what you need to do, but not thinking of anything else. You do for the sake of doing it. So no thinking, well, you can be thinking in this state, theoretically, and that's what I was talking about, that you can have the sensation, but you can also think. But that's a little tricky for me still, because I get caught up in the brain, then I start to lose the touch of this vibration, and I may not realize it, because I get into this sucked up into craziness of the discussion I had with AI and all that stuff that disturbs me. But the disturbance is delusion. And when you're just like a tiptoeing on the walk, in my case, I should be able to flip. So do things in the moment. And that corresponds to your life only today, in this moment. Conceptually, you can say it's obvious. Experientially, if you think, it's too late. You know the paradox. Unless you are awakened and think only for that purpose, which can happen. And I can tell you this story, just adding to what I said. Yesterday I was talking with ChatGPT, and that was interesting because I usually post the video and afterward I write the description, which is a pain because I have to think how to write. And especially when people may not be watching my video, what's the point of doing it? So my mind is start to get into that state. And I realize that's not what it's meant to be, because I want to be on top of it. And in the moment, doing things, not because I have to do, but be in the moment to do it, for the sake of doing it. So, yesterday, I posted the video. Usually, I don't want to write the title and the description because it takes too much time. Or I think it takes too much time. Thinking that not many people watch it, so why bother to write description? Nobody's going to watch it. So that was my justification, but that was my ego, my self-identity telling me from the experience. But if I follow that, my work of writing the title and description for my video is not done in the state of being sincere and truthful, which I say is very important for me. But it became obvious. Well, for some reason, maybe talking with AI is helping because AI is like an extension of the brain, and I argue with them if they are not doing the right rationale. And that is already a problem, but that's another story. But related to how to use the brain, that's the question, the big question. But leave it aside. When I finished the video, I went on doing using the editing, changing a little bit of this and that on iMovie. So you have to transfer from my iPhone to MacBook Air and changing the volume if necessary. Not much to do. And then click here and click there, and it's just a procedure I have to go through. It's been annoying because it just, use up the memory here and there. Lots of stories that went wrong, but I finally figured out. So this process is very smooth. If I finish the video, immediately start to write the title so that I won't forget it. Because if I do it later, the inventory, the thought that went into that video will be kind of gone. So you have to recreate what was I said and then have to write the title and description, which doesn't make any sense. But when I'm busy, I just do it that way. But yesterday, I had more time, and also triggering that I should just be doing it because that makes sense. So I did it, and it was smooth. The reason is that when I do the video, I don't think much, I just talk. And this time, I wrote the description without thinking much. But for some reason, because I had spent time to produce the video talking about something, I can just do things. My mind just starts to get into it because there's a reason why I did the video, and I can retrieve that reasoning somewhere from my heart that triggered me to say something, and I said it like a kid, just talking. And I went into the same space of connecting to the heart when I'm writing the description. So it turned out, instead of constructing the sentences with the logic to connect to each other, the way I start to write is more like a one sentence here, one sentence here, one sentence here. So it's like a connecting to the heart and capturing the image of what I said into this description. Maybe I'm talking too much on this one, but that is the same as I talk for producing the video, connecting to your heart. And that's what I was talking about previously. To be alive in this moment. When you talk in this moment. And there's a way that you can capture that mind and body is connected, and that can happen. So, long story short, I think I may have figured out something very interesting. And related to that, I'm posting this video, and I wrote something about it that I want to keep it, that when I walk around, I see these pieces of paper here and there because I'm a slow learner. But I know repetition is mother of skill, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing more, perhaps with less energy and more smoothly connecting to my heart. It sounds like a monologue of myself, obviously, right? So if you're listening up to this moment, you may question, what is this guy talking about? But please think about the context of what this is about. It always comes back to this using the brain, not to be used by the brain, and listening to the heart. But I need to do it continuously, even being bothered with this and that event taking place and capturing my brain activity, that there's a deadline, I have to do something, and you get busy. So the priority get lost. But due to the fact that I finished my tax return, except one small thing I have to do, I can see picture much clearly now. What I have been doing and how I've been kind of stressing myself, but I was handling it. But there's more can be done. And that's what I figured out. And I can take a little bit more time to say that this process of producing this and then go to this and this and this and finishing it done, that's the lean concept. That's what I wrote in the book, The New Manufacturing Challenge. It's not just for manufacturing, just like in this case, information, the idea to produce, click, 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 and then description, title, and even to talk with ChatGPT after I finish it. So the whole thing can be done in 10, 15 minutes. And if I delay that, because of the information get dull and fuzzy, so when I have time that you leave this alone and do other stuff, then you have to recreate the whole thing from the beginning. Why? What did I say? Why I said? And it takes too much time, and the quality of my job of writing description is not good. Even people don't read it, it's okay. But I have to do my own for my own sake. And the fact that I could do it, just one example, I hope this continues as I keep doing this. But I have the intuition that I have a hang of it in a way, as I explained here. And for some reason, this Dogen's word picked up on the internet. So it's kind of like heaven helps those who help themselves. Resonating. The idea is here. So, thank you.